Hello again, everyone. This is Michael Cheek with MikesGuitarLessons.com. We're going to continue on with Funk number 49, and this time we're going to play just a little riff that's in the song. That's actually a really cool riff, but not complicated at all. The one I'm talking about in the song, you should recognize if I'll just play it for you. So let me play a little bit of it for you. Sorry about that, I kind of messed it up a little bit. And you got this chord at the end of it, and then it goes back into all that stuff. So let's learn this section of the song, okay? This will complete the song a little more for you. And let's go ahead and get started. You basically got the same riff down here as you do when you move it up higher. So if you learn it once, it's pretty easy to memorize for the second part. Okay? Now we're going to start off on the 7th fret of the D string. Okay, the D string's the 4th string from the bottom. Use your 3rd finger, and most of these notes are palm muted. So if you're not familiar with palm muting, let me angle the camera a little better. You're going to take the heel of your hand like this, slide it up until you're barely touching the strings, and they sound like that. If you're not touching them, they'll just sound like this. If you're up too high, they'll sound like this. You want to get that right amount of on top of the strings to where they just sound like this. Okay, so you're just barely touching them back here by the bridge with this part of your palm. Okay? Okay, now let's go ahead and get started. Again, 7th fret on the D string. And you're going to palm mute all of these notes until I tell you not to. Okay, so 7th fret on the D string. Then 5th fret with your 1st finger on the D string. Then 3rd finger plays the 7th fret on the A string. Then your 1st finger is going to play the 5th fret on the A string. Okay, so it's... Now you're going to go down to the 3rd fret with your 1st finger. Okay. And on that 5th fret right there, you kind of heard I cut the note a little short. I go, okay, and after you play that 3rd fret on the A string, you're going to take your 1st finger and play the 3rd fret of the thick E string here, and you're going to slide it to the 5th fret. Okay, now the first time you play this riff, after you slide it up there, you're going to hold the strings and mute them so you can perform 2 chucks, like that, and then you're going to play a power chord. So it's going to sound like this. Okay, now that power chord that you play is 5th fret where you've already got your 1st finger, 5th fret on the E string, and you're going to put your 3rd finger in the 7th fret of the A string. Okay, you're just playing just those 2 notes. The other strings get muted. Okay, just these 2. So again, that riff is... Okay, now I failed to mention, you're going to, like I said, you're going to palm mute up to here, and then once you get to that part, you're not palm muting. So none of that is palm muted. Okay, now that's the first time you play that riff. The second time you play it, you're just going to leave out the power chord, and you're going to go, and this 5th fret on the E string just rings along. You kind of try to vibrato that note. Okay, so you're going to play it the first way and have the power chord. The second time you go through it, you're not. You're just going to have that long note. Then you're going to repeat it the first way where you play the power chord. And then you're going to play it a 4th time where you just have the single note. So all together, that's going to sound like this. Okay? Now what we just did there, we're going to do the exact same thing, but higher on the neck. We're going to move to the 9th and the 7th frets. and we're going to play the same riff. So we're going 9 on the D string, 7 on the D string, 9 on the A string, 7 on the A string, then 5 on the A string, and then go 5 on the E string and slide it to 7. Then do your chucking twice and your power chord. 7 on the E string, 9 on the A string. Okay, so, and just like before, you're going to play that again without the power chord. Okay, then play it again with the power chord, and one more time without the power chord. Okay, so all together that's going to sound like this. Okay, now that's that riff. There's one chord that you play real quick before you go back into that, and that chord is kind of a weird one, so I thought I'd lay it out kind of slowly for you. It's going to sound like this. You just hit it one time before you go into the next chord. So what that is this. You're going to put your middle finger in the 7th fret of the A string, playing that note. Your first finger is going to play the 6th fret of the D string. Okay. Your third finger is going to play the 7th fret of the G string. Okay. That one right there. And your pinky is going to play the 8th fret of the B string. Kind of a weird chord, I know. Now, you're not going to play the 2 outside strings, so don't play those. So mute them. What I do is I wrap my thumb around to where I'm muting this E string, so it doesn't ring. And this E string kind of gets muted on its own by my pinky. Don't really have to work to mute that one. So I can strum all the way across and not get those notes. And you're just, after you come to this last note here, you're just going to throw down this chord real fast and then go into your main riff again. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a great song. I've actually been looking forward to teaching this one for a while. So practice it hard and try to put the whole thing together. You know, the different videos have the different parts, but you want to put them all together so you can play with the song all the way through.